funny how they don't use a black protagonist in any other movie, but this movie they use a black protagonist.
Because they want to speak a particular message.
What? You're coming for children too. These people are sick, man. I'm telling you.
Trust me, if you saw it, no, keep watching.
What the hell? If you let kids do what they want now.
That's what it was.
That's just sick bosses, man. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna cancel my Netflix membership.
Hey, that movie's been out since September, so there's no point now.
Okay.
I'm like, I found it very
recording.
Yeah.
Okay, alright. Yeah.
I found it very hard watching that film.
Yeah.
I found it very hard. Can you see the similarity between that girl and her little sister?
Yeah.
I found it so hard.
Yeah.
There was this one scene where she took a picture of her crotch.
Swear?
Yeah.
In the movie?
In a toilet room.
Okay.
And I was like, and no, for me, the thought came up is like, I just superimposed our little sister's face with her, and I thought immediately disgusted. I was like, if my sister did this, I actually might have a heart attack.
yeah, I know.
Because like she posted it.
Yeah. She what?
She took a picture of her crotch and posted it.
Were they in the movie?
Yeah.
We're talking about the movie?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, look, the main character, Amy. Oh, yeah. I found it very unbearable because of like, every time I keep saw it, it's like, oh, it's just that princess. Like, it was just, it was very hard.
Yeah, because we have a little sister, and
she really looks a lot like the protagonist.
Yeah.
Same color skin and everything. Yeah. But we're 2 minutes in, so let me describe the topic. Today the topic is cuties. Like, I'm pretty sure everyone knows this. We're pretty much late to the game talking about this topic. Yeah. But today,
the movie Cuties.
Yeah. Today there was the Texas Supreme Court. I think was it the Supreme Court?
Texas Supreme Court.
The Supreme Court indicted Netflix with counts of child abuse and sexualization of
child abuse.
Yeah. It was child abuse. Yeah. So, with those unknown about law, when you are indicted, it means they have evidence to suggest that of the crimes that you indicted did occur. Like, if you did a criminal charge of like burglary with assault, they have evidence to suggest you did an assault or whatnot. And the thing,
they were indicted for lewd material, lewd visual materials regarding children in Texas.
The thing I found very particularly disturbing about this film, other than the fact that the protagonist looks like a lot like my sister, is the fact that I don't actually think they did. No, they did a lot wrong, but I don't think it was wrong.
We don't think it was wrong, right?
Okay, so I know a lot of people be like, "Oh, do you support this? Do you support that?" No, I do not support pedophilia. I would actually kill a pedophile if I knew one. So no one will come and say, yeah, you did this. The reason why is I understood the message they were coming from.
Yeah.
That's what, like, I really understood the message. Like, it came from a place of good intent with stupid decision making. Like, you wanted to explore how little kids are being overly sexualized. If people see the shows,
they say they wanted to explore how little kids feel in the age of social media, innit? But
yeah.
You know the movie, like, I didn't see like...
You didn't watch it, so you didn't know.
I mean, the trailer I just watched, right? And I didn't see
Like, the thing is, if you see shows like Dance Moms, you would understand why a movie like this makes sense. Mm-hmm. In Dance Moms, the girls wear way more revealing clothes. Mm. If you saw the blue and black dresses they were wearing, watch Dance Moms and you be seeing dresses that you were like, how is this on national TV? Because Dance Mom is on national TV. It has so many seasons, and this film was criticizing it.
Yeah.
But the thing is, they were criticizing the sexualization of children by sexualizing them, which I had so much issues with.
Okay.
It's like, how are you gonna talk about sexualizing kids when you sexualize? It's like, are you stupid?
Yeah, I know.
I'm like, you watching the trailer almost made you like.
Yeah, I was saying, I always threw up, man. That's just very wrong. Cause like, for example, right, this saying the kid was one of the reasons why they like the consensus of the movie is like she was too traditional. Her family was too traditional, right? Like was it a Muslim family?
I think most of them are Muslim in the synagogue.
Was it a Muslim family the girl was with?
I'm not sure. They were.
Okay, so she was all covered up, all that ring, all that
modesty and whatnot.
Oh yeah, and they want to say that that's a bad thing. That the message of the movie is that that's a bad thing because she was dressed in a certain. Her family was conservative, and the mother didn't want her to dress like that. So like, if her own mother doesn't want her to be like that, what right has like why they want to push that message to kids that they should rebel against their mothers, their own parents, and their own
religion, culture, and everything.
Not just that, but the people that's taking care of it, basically. That.
Yeah, it's like the same thing when the government interferes with a lot of your daily life. Like, what role as a government what right does the government have?
Yeah, say that again, man.
Like, what rights does the government have to tell you to do this?
Exactly.
It's like with the lockdown. What rights does the government say we have to be in a lockdown with a virus that has a fucking 98.9% recovery rate?
But that's
a different issue. But it still applies. The meaning is like, who has the right to tell you there's something wrong when there isn't?
Yeah.
I understand that kids will be kids because when I was a kid, half the time I really did not want to do what mom and dad did.
This movie is inciting that, trying to encourage that to happen.
Yeah, like the thing is like, I love the times when you're talking about how social media pressures a lot of little children, especially girls, to meet a particular standards. Because I think like with us men, there's a different standard that we have on social media. With girls, I think there's more pressure to be of a certain type.
Yeah, that's true.
And which I did understand that, and I did like the way they carried on, but too many of the times with like the dances, with everything else, I've always had issues with Dance Moms. When our brother was watching Dance Moms, I was like, I can't watch that shit with you.
Yeah.
So I was like, I saw a movie that went from the jump. I knew there's something weird going on because if you sort of look at the posters. Because when I saw this poster, I was like, nah, there's something fucked. So this is the poster they made.
Yeah.
Like, I had an issue with that.
Yeah.
Watching the film, I was like, why would you put this as the end poster? Because this takes place near the end of the film, like the final 20 minutes.
So like, the film said the Netflix defended themselves against the Texas court, saying that they're offering a feminist view or whatever. Like their goal is not to. They were standing by the film and everything.
Like the thing is,
the poster says different. The poster just
it's the sexualization of girls,
of little children, basically.
Like the thing. Okay, so this is the poster that was made in France or exclusively for France.
Yeah.
And this is the global poster.
Wow.
So the difference you see is like, when I saw this, I was like, oh, it's just little girls doing what little girls do. When I saw this, it's like, if you didn't tell me their ages, they look like they're doing what Nightwalkers do.
Yeah, I know.
And I was really, because from the jump, when I kept on seeing her, I just kept on superimposing our little sister's face, and I'm like, this is not something I want to watch.
Yeah, I feel like bonus content, but it was like, I don't like the way it was like targeted. It was targeted like
a lot of black kids and
like black children, basically. Because like,
I'm like,
no, there's like in the poster, there's like it's other girls over racist, right? But like their story is not shown in it.
It's like the thing is like,
the way that her story is shown as way she has to rebel against her parents because they were too traditional. But because they know if this was like, for example, was like East Asian family, girl or something like that. They wouldn't. The community wouldn't take that basically.
They wouldn't take that. You know, it's like I think too many times the West has issues with Africa and the way we do things.
Yeah.
It's like sometimes I feel like this because I have a lot like traditional African things I do at home, which I will never be able to show outside. And it's not because I fear the repercussions of it. It's because I do not want to go there and people telling me it's not okay. And people be saying, oh, be giving me that eye like, oh, it's not something you should be doing in this country. Yeah. It's like that's why I like going to Africa sometimes, because I just can go there and just do what the fuck I want to do in an African mindset, and then no one has to say anything about it. Yeah,
but like when you live in Western countries, like they don't what's it called, expressly push on you that you have to act, you have to do what they do in it, but like it's like influencing you since you were a kid.
Yeah, because like it's an internal thing and an external thing, because like at home you're like, oh, your parents will be like, okay, you can do this here, but outside you shouldn't. And then out there you're like, okay, you live in a country where, other than London and the surrounding areas, everywhere else is white. So if you want to, adapt to the place, you have to adapt a certain amount of the mindset and views and culture of it, which is not wrong at the same time. But when you superimpose your own views and culture over the culture of your ethnic group, it's like you put one above the other.
It's not just about their cultures. The culture may be fine, but it's about the like stuff that maybe you do not want to do. Like for example, like a Muslim family might want their daughter to dress modestly, like the way they hijab.
Yeah, I have nothing against that.
Like other families might not care if the woman, if the children
don't dress modestly or
whatever. Yeah, so like. But when you do it, when the Muslim family impose their traditions, they're called like sexist, like oppressive, or against women, all kind of stuff. But if they're doing it, they're not called like words, nonsense or whatever.
It's like this. Like I get what you're saying, because like remember the time when there was like a massive crackdown on girls wearing hijabs and whatnot.
Yeah.
Like in France, and this is a French film in the first place. Yeah. In France, when they said people had to wear masks.
Yeah.
They also banned the use of hijabs at the same time.
I think that's because
the thing is, I did understand that with the terrorist thing, but yes, France got bombed, but you can't say let's ban all hijabs now. Okay. That was not a reason. You can't use the bombing from radical terrorists as an excuse to get rid of something that is culturally accepted by one group of people. Yeah. Which I found particular issues with saying that. And even then, there's a lot of times where people's like, why are you wearing a hijab? Hijab's like this and that. Like, oh, don't you feel oppressed? I had one time when I was in uni, and I had this Muslim friend, and she's married.
Yeah.
And the thing is, she told the teacher she's married, and then the first question my teacher asked her was, oh, did your family force you to? Yeah. And then she kept on, and then the girl said, no, I actually wanted to marry him. and then she kept on asking things, and I was just standing there, and I was like, just please shut up.
Yeah.
Because she kept on asking questions about her religion. So, oh, did you marry for religious reasons? Like, she just said she wanted to marry him because she likes the guy.
Yeah. So like, it's so, I say it's so very ironic and like so very arrogant for like people to come to look at you and ask you why you think the way you think. That's like, why do you live the way you live? Like,
yeah.
Like if I feel like I want to give my child as an arrangement, not a child, but when they grow up, like I want to give my daughter like to arrange a marriage like when she's old enough, like what's that got to do with you? Like,
yeah, it's like
why interrogating you like my daughter about asking why if she wants to do it, why are you interrogating her saying that, oh, the way she thinks is not right, maybe she think this way.
Like it's like the thing is, like I know a friend, he's told me he's gonna get married through an arrangement and he has no issues with that.
Yeah.
And like when we were discussing it, and then we both came to the conclusion that yes, there's some merits and disadvantages to it. Yeah. But who are we? No, for me, because he came from a more Muslim background. Who am I to disagree with something I have no knowledge of?
Yeah, something that
it's a culture that I've taken the steps and the gates to, but they are on the other side. I'm the tortoise in a hare's race.
Yes, like it's not just culture. It's not just culture. They just been doing it. They've probably been doing it through generations. Then the generations been doing it. So that it's a custom in their like race or whatever you want to call it, right?
Ethnicity.
Ethnicity.
It's just ethnicity, man.
Yeah. So like, if they want to live that way,
who are we to say no to it?
Exactly.
And that's some of the arguments. Like, why are you trying to impose this idea that children should be able to sexualize themselves? No, they don't even call it sexualizing. They should be able to explore themselves, be able to be more empowered. But in the same token, you're saying they should be sexualized.
Yeah, but
how it's like the same thing with the whack like reaction. How is that empowering? We should not be allowed. Kids should be cared for. We shouldn't be telling them to be allowed to be sexualized.
She says kids should be like kids. What do kids know? Kids don't know anything.
Like kids, like I did so much dumb shit when I was 12 years old.
Yeah, like if mom didn't correct you,
do you remember all the dumb shit I was doing at 12 years old?
Yeah.
Like I did so much dumb shit.
Yeah.
And I did not know better because I thought I was in the right.
Yeah.
I'm like, I do understand that sometimes we live in a society where we overly protect kids.
Yeah.
But that's because we mean so well. Because when we have threats like pedophiles and like all these Jeffrey Epsteins and whatnot, where there's so much danger, although it can get overboard at times, there is threats that we know that we should be protective over. So the fact that she's coming from a culture where it says, oh, like you have to be modest, you can express yourself to a certain limit, but you shouldn't do it. And then you're telling her, oh, you can go to this place where you sexualize yourself and it's okay. And when the family disagrees with that, you're saying they're wrong. That's because she's a woman and she's allowed to be able to express her femininity in a way that they disagree with. They are wrong.
Yeah, they're young. See, there shouldn't no young person like what young person is thinking about thinking about sex anyway. Like I didn't think about sex until I was like 12, 13.
Yeah.
I didn't even know what sex was, man. Like
you didn't. I did.
How old were you? I mean, till I was 12, like, well, you weren't thinking of sex when you were like, below 11, no?
Hey, that's. I'll tell you outside this video.
Okay.
I'll tell you what age.
Okay.
But in a sense, like, what I'm trying to say is basically, I got the message of the movie. It was understandable. The way they went with it was utterly disgusting.
Yeah.
And the fact that Netflix repeatedly defended it instead of saying we fucked up was what irritated me. And the fact that the way they recorded it showed instances where there was sexual, it was sexual abuse because they forced the girls to act like this, okay. And it also lured this very disgusting and depraved, and people still defended it.
Okay,
is what I found disgusting.
Right.
Another thing I found disgusting is the fact that people who do not know certain backgrounds have the goal to say, yes, there's something wrong with you for doing certain things. If you do not understand something, don't comment it, educate yourself on it, and then say something about it.
Cool. So that's a piece. That's a video.
And that's it.
That's a